Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter is Allie LaForce.
As they say, live by the three, die by the three. When you're too perimeter dependent, it's hard to maintain consistency game in and game out.
And, you know, I think the lack of success from the perimeter really did them in. They just couldn't get it going from there.
Now here's Irving. Beyond the arc. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Clark, one thing to note when you play the Bucks, they don't give up many offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's exactly right, B.A. Against Milwaukee, your first shot in each possession is probably and likely going to be your last shot. Some teams don't even try for second chance opportunities against the Bucks. They're such a strong defensive rebounding team.
Now here's Simmons. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. Here's Butler. Eason pulls it in. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Tom Thibodeau. I wanted to know how he planned on tackling the Jimmy Butler problem. He told me, I want to make everything as hard for him as possible, anything we can do to bother him and to get him to be even a little less aggressive, trying to put out the fire before it starts. That's the plan. Back to you.
Allie, thank you. Here's Irving. After the basket by New York on the other end. Goes up on the wing. Here's Duncan. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game-changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Now here's Simmons. Outside Irving. This one for three. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Irving. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the finish by Irving.
And in traffic, he uses the reverse to keep the shot blocker at bay.
What an incredible move. Not everyone has that kind of skill.
No, that was outstanding, guys.
Here's Duncan. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Great start so far, 3 of 3 in this one.
The big man draws so much attention, so Embiid takes advantage of that and finds an open teammate.
Pass to Irving. Here's Duncan. Left side, Simmons. The rebound by Embiid. Knicks leading by 4. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Second chance shot. Irving, no good.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And they pick up 2. Embiid's got his second basket. Oh, no. He may have gotten injured right there. Man, he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, so tough. I mean, guys, I feel bad for him and the whole team. I hope it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, this is why you build out your depth as best you can. I mean, you just never know when injuries might show up.
Now here's Hayward. Shot clock at 5. Outside Butler. Goes back up. And it's Giddey with a rebound. And Giddey has got the ball here for New York. 6-point lead. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. But, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They pressed all the right buttons.
Here's Black. Here's Eason. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And he makes it.
Yeah, there's Trae Young getting it done inside.
And here's New York now. They're on a 16-6 run. And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He's going to talk it over with his guys. 15 seconds left in the first. Stewart outside. Pass to Giddey. Nails it from 3.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so it's New York earning this break in the action, up 10. And their defense has stood out.
9.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. Outside Irving. From behind the arc. And it's Giddey with a rebound.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. And stolen by Simmons. Irving for three. Fires in the triple. Irving's got 6.
You got to run Kyrie off that line. If you let him get comfortable and find his shot from behind the arc, it's a wrap.
The 3 ball. New York again can't hit. Bucks trail by 7. Right side, Caldwell Pope. And the Bucks hit again from deep. Well, Clark, as we know, player comparison is a popular exercise among fans and analysts alike.
Yeah, I've never really ascribed to that, but in this day and age, I think it's even more unfair to do so because the game has changed tremendously. I mean, three-point attempts and scoring averages are way north, in large part because of the pace of play. So the game has changed, and that means when you're comparing players, it's a little harder to do in a fair manner.
There's the 3. The rebound by Stewart.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Bucks.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Howard down after the assist led him to the lane.
Excellent at seeing the floor. Simmons brings a pass-first mentality to his game.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Dort. It's stolen by Irving. From 17. And it's Simmons missing.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
You know, Clark, watching Kyrie Irving, he still does things you just can't believe.
His ball handling ability is just remarkable, and his finishing ability surpasses his rush hour handling. And that's saying a ton. He can beat anybody off the dribble. He can make tough shots. He really is one of the elite scorers from the guard position in the history of the NBA. I don't think that's an overstatement. From the angles he finishes, the shots he can make, he's as elite as we've had in the league.
Outside Irving. Pass to Duncan. Clock at 6. Fades away and sinks a tough shot. Duncan's got 4 points this quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Back to Dort. Pass to Jones. Here's Black. Jones feels it out. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 4-3. Milwaukee with the rebound. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. That game marks the start of a 4-game homestand for the club. "54 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball." Drills it from deep.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Embiid. Ooh, look at Embiid, converting in close.
Hey, go to that whenever you can. I mean, Embiid has a huge advantage in size and skill.
On the wing, Simons. He's scoreless. Young from long range. The rebound by Embiid.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Decent. Good. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah. 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And the Knicks making a change here. Here's Milwaukee. They're on a 15-6 run. To the inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Showing the bounce. Simon says dunk.
Pass to Finney-Smith. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Knicks out in front, leading by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Knicks. They've led by as much as 10. All right, time for an injury report.
Guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of the Knicks about his status. They told me it's a collapsed lung, a serious situation, and we're all hoping that he's okay. Right in the middle of the schedule, some unfortunate timing for sure. We wish him the best on his recovery. Brian?
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Graham.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
And such a skillful shooter. Young going with the gentle make.
Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
And stolen by Irving. And here's the fast break. Young from long range. Gets the 3 to fall. And now a 3-point Milwaukee lead.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Substitution on the floor.
When you look at all the turnovers, boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Black. Just 5 on the clock. Looking to win the run. The rebound by Duncan. The Bucks leading by 3. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Outside Young. Pass to Duncan. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Irving for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Irving's got 11.
On fire to start the second half. 4-5 from the field.
Ford outside. Jones with the ball. Takes a 3. Up again. Whoa! Joel Embiid with the follow.
Boxing out Embiid has to be a focal point for them, or else he'll continue to eat them up on the offensive glass.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Butler. Tries it from 19. Again, the Bucks. Good for 2.
And their offense has been much tighter since halftime. The guys are starting to work together, moving the ball around, getting good shots.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively.
Back to Dort. And stolen by Irving. Outside, Caldwell Pope. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
You know, he's been one of those players, they've won it on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
If you look at rebounding rate, Tari Eason is one of the best in the NBA, Clark.
Yeah, you think about rate, it basically looks at what percentage of rebounds do you get while you're on the floor, and Eason is prolific in terms of boards per minute, uses his 6'8" frame well. He's gobbling up rebounds at well under 1 every 3 minutes. That's a lot of heavy lifting there, folks.
Just 5 to shoot. Releases. A nice shot by Duncan. Duncan's got 10 points.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Screen by Embiid. 1:14 left in the third. Back to Dort. The 3 is up. The rebound by Duncan.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Outside for Butler. Let's go with a 3. Joel Embiid pulls it down. Knicks trail by 8. Giddey into the lane. Good. And the assist to Embiid. 5 points in the game.
You're pushing the pace. Giddey using some speed to get his shot.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
3 points.
And the Bucks lead by 9.
Boy, you look at the defense, not nearly the hustle or energy at that end of the floor. It's the exact opposite of what it was in the first half.
To the paint. Here's Embiid. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Butler can't get it to go. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Well, when you win the battle of
The Bucks. 46.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Here's Simmons. From 12 feet. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, you know, I really like when Simmons is aggressive like this. I mean, looking to score and daring the defense to foul him, he puts a lot of pressure on the opponent that way.
So New York going with almost an entirely new group here. Knicks trail by 11. Here's Giddey. Dort, right side. Outside Giddey. 5 to shoot. Here's Embiid. The rebound by Ben Simmons. The Bucks leading by 11. Now here's Irving. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
Timeout, timeout.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over the last break I listened to Tom Thibodeau address the team. And it wasn't a very happy huddle. Coach told the team, quote, "We need to be better with the ball. We're committing too many turnovers. It's hurting us." Back over to you, Brian.
Thank you for that, Allie. And here's Milwaukee now. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game.
It's all about the effort level from Dort on defense. He puts in the work to lock down shooters.
Pass to Embiid. Screen by Eason. 6 on the shot clock. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
They've also found a lot of shots at the arc in this one and allowing their good shooters to tee it up.
The Bucks leading by 9. Outside Young. Pass to Klingon. Fires the 3. And it's New York with a rebound. They host the Pistons after this one. That'll conclude their longest homestand of the season. 5 games.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Here's Young. Now here's Harris. Second chance effort. And a nice finish on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 9.
Boy, that's a nice touch from Harris right there, showing you exactly how under control he is close to the basket.
Screen by Eason. To the middle. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That one on Gordon.
Defensive foul, charge 2.
What a 22-23 season it was for Joel Embiid. Named MVP with the Sixers, Clark.
Yeah, and that was Philly's first MVP since the answer. Allen Iverson back in 2001. Embiid led the league in scoring at over 33 a game on 55% shooting from the floor. Remarkable. Nobody could stop him. He was virtually unguardable.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. The Bucks leading by 6. Now Caldwell Pope. Pass to Harris. Over Giddey. And the Bucks miss again. So it's the Knicks now. Knocked away. Inside. And the bucket is good.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Pass to Harris. Here's Duncan. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on Giddey. That free throw no good. And the second free throw is good. Here's Black. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. Down low. Eason. The rebound by Duncan. Milwaukee leading by 5. The floater. And it's Irving missing. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Knicks. Oh, Embiid snatches it out of the air and throws it down.
So Embiid on top of things there, folks, recognizing the big possession and commanding the ball.
Inside. Here's Harris. And Harris throws it down.
The bigger the moment, the more Harris wants the ball. Big time shot there. And he's comfortable in that role.
Ford outside. The 3. And it's Harris with the rebound.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
Sinks it from distance.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Drains the triple.
What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
56-51.
Irving up top. Pass to Caldwell Pope. From 18 feet away. Again, the Bucks. Good for two.
This part of the game is coming back for Kyrie. It's always been there, but he's showing more of it now.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here.
City answer.
51 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Black. Back to Finney-Smith. It's intercepted. And here they come. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. Here's Black. And it's good. 2 points. Dort with a steal.
60.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
And nails the tray.
Yeah, an amazing find. How about the patience from Dort? Waits for his man to get open and feeds him.
Another shot. Here's Butler. Got a piece of it. Here's Black. There's the triple. No good on the shot. And so it's Milwaukee who scraped by with the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.